Oh, we've got ourselves a great game today. It's going to be a PvT, Protoss versus Terran. Both of our players are high-level Korean pros, so let me introduce them. In the bottom right, our Terran player is no longer flatlined, he is aLive! Oh, I do love me some Warhorn. And it looks like aLive is already walling off with his first supply depot, but let's go to his opponent, who is anything but the villain. He is herO! More Warhorn, love it. Now, just so you know, this is herO from TS Gaming, not the retired player from Team Liquid. There's two guys who had the same ID. Sometimes it causes confusion. And herO is already chrono boosting out probes, looking to get an early worker lead. You know, I always wonder about the name chrono boosting, because chrono means time and boost means increase, but they're not increasing the length of time to make the probe, they're decreasing it. It should actually be called chrono cutting or something like that. Anyways, doesn't matter. Just stuff you think about when you spend too much time enjoying Starcraft. Meanwhile, aLive, our Terran player, is finishing off his wall-off. aLive, who looks to now be scouting, is from Team Afrique. And he sometimes plays under the handle Stylish. But I think aLive is his pro name. Our Protoss player has not scouted. He looks to be setting up his natural. I think he's queuing up some minerals. Will we see him drop that Nexus? Will we? Will we? Yes, there it is. And that Terran scout is coming in. He's going to see the timing on that expansion. Oh, there's a Zealot to greet him. Or he kind of missed him there. Nope, the Zealot's going back after him. Oh, big hit there. Reaper coming out for the Terran. Is he going to be able to get there in time and help out that poor little SCV? Come on, Reaper. Or is herO going to get the first kill of the game? First blood. You know how much stock I like to put in that meaningless stat. They all converge and they all go their separate ways. That was kind of weird. Oh, no. Zealot is coming back for a fight. He shouldn't be, because that Reaper can kite him all day. herO thinks wiser and he gets out of there. And we have absolutely no kills. Terran decides to play it safe and he's making a bunker back at home. But what's this? It's a suspicious looking SCV. He's queuing up minerals. aLive has just dropped a proxy starport. This game is on. Back at the Protoss main, herO is building a Stargate. It looks like he's doing that on blind luck. I don't think he's scouted it yet. No, he spotted it with a Zealot. And the mind games begin. herO pulls back, hoping aLive won't know that he's scouted it. What's he waiting for? Is he going to try and let it complete? aLive continues to build. Meanwhile, back at home, that Stargate is going up. herO's moving in, going after the SCV. He kills it just as the starport completes. herO goes into Phoenix production, which can be a great counter to Terran air. The Protoss main could be very vulnerable to an airstrike. herO slowly building the worker lead while they're keeping that pesky Reaper out of the base. Back at home, Terran's got a tank in production. And, oh, aLive is going to do the flight of shame and fly his proxy starport all the way back home. There will be no air units for Terran for quite some time. But does herO know that? Or is he at risk of overinvesting and defending against an attack that's never going to come? It looks like he continues to build Phoenix. But the plot thickens. Terran is sending a single Widow Mine over to the Protoss base. Where's he going to go? He finds the third, it looks like. He's going to bury right next to the mineral line, right where Protoss would like to put his Nexus. herO still seems to be predicting some kind of aerial attack. He doesn't know about the flight of shame. But as I say that, he sends over a lone Phoenix, and he's going to find out momentarily. These pros just love to prove me wrong all the time. They live for it, I swear. But the investment in Phoenix is still getting pretty high. He's going to need to do something with these. We're at the 4-minute mark, and the only kill has been the SCV that built the starport. Oh, here we go. The Phoenixes are moving out. Oh, Widow Mine hit! Devastating! They flew right over the Whittle mine. The entire pack was hit. No deaths. But the shields are gone. Oh, they get that pesky Reaper. Oh, that just took the shine right off of this invasion force. What a setback for herO. Now this air raid is not going to be nearly as effective. Remember, aLive has a bunker up and a healthy count of Marines. If Protoss wants this to work, he's going to have to find a hole somewhere. It's a raiding force of 5 Phoenixes. What's the plural of Phoenix? Is it Phoenixi? Phoenixes? Phoenixes? Terran does have a missile turret guarding its main, by the way. And the Phoenixes are headed straight for it. Oh, they're going to take a shot, and they're going to go to the other side and meet the Marines. Oh, but they found the back door. The lifts begin. It's SCV hunting time. 6. He got 6 kills. And no Phoenixes are lost. He might not be done, but he's got virtually no shields on most of them. aLive can't be happy with this. herO's going back in. He grabs another one, and another one, and another one. And he still keeps all his Phoenixes alive. aLive is double producing SCVs to try to keep himself in the worker game, but it looks like he's down 9. herO's got to be getting low on Phoenix energy, but he can still distract the crap out of the Terran. I'd be so rattled right now, but aLive is a cool cucumber. It looks like he's slowly coalescing an army together. Marines are so good against Phoenix. He doesn't have Stim just yet. It's still in production. But on the back of this, herO has finished Zealot legs, and he started his 3rd. And he just got a couple of free kills on 2 Widow mines. Talk about vengeance for that original Whittle mine hit. And did I mention he's got a Warp Prism loaded up with 4 Zealots? aLive's had enough. He's pushing out, staking the middle high ground. His mech bio composition should prove problematic for the Protoss. herO is getting his army back together at the base, prepared to defend. He knows this is coming, except he's splitting his Phoenixes off. Terran is swinging around to the north. Where are those Phoenixes going? Siege tank has got position. He's got the high ground. Phoenix is now coming back. Force fields are dropped, but they don't seem to be helping the Protoss. They seem to be protecting the Terran, keeping his own Zealots from getting at the Marines. A great engagement for the Terran, but aLive's not done. Medevac picking up Marines. He's going to drop them right into the main. Oh, there's going to be carnage. Meanwhile, Storm's back home. Protoss cleaning up the Terran at his front gate. A second simultaneous drop at the 3rd. They're fighting in 3 locations now. 5 dead probes at the main, and Protoss is coming back to clean up with the Storm. Medevac gets them out of there. Meanwhile, Marauders taking down the 3rd, but herO missed a trio of Marines that have stayed behind. They're chewing up the probes. He's got to warp in reinforcements to stop it, and they get away in the Medevac. 23 probe kills for aLive. The armies are equal, but the worker count is completely swung back into the Terran's favor. Even worse, herO is going to lose that 3rd. Yep, it's a hulking ruin. Well, aLive has started his own, and it's near completion. Momentum in this game has swung to Terran. The pressure is now on herO to get something done. aLive doing the transfer dance as the train of SCVs head over to their new home. And it looks like Protoss is heading out with a death ball. I think this is good game sense. They're pretty close on army count, so it makes good sense to use it. The longer he waits, the further aLive is going to get ahead with superior production, backed by more workers and, of course, 3 command centers pumping mules. aLive is gathering his army to counter. He's trying to get the Widow mines to bury just as the Protoss arrives. And here we go, it's hammer time. aLive snipes the Warp Prism. That's huge. Protoss will not be able to reinforce. herO immediately makes another one while pushing his way to the 3rd. But the Liberation Zones have arrived. 2 Liberators are here. That's going to make it harder for Protoss to maneuver. herO forced to pull back, using a Storm to cover his retreat. aLive does not miss a single second as he puts his command center back and moves up the Liberators to create new Liberation Zones, replanting his Widow mines. herO will morph in another Archon. aLive scans and sees the exact size and position of his opponent's army and decides to move after him. Marauders giving chase. Oh, but he split his army. Protoss is coming back now. There's a new warp prism. You'll have the chance to reinforce again. Here comes round 2. Oh, huge Widow Mine hits. The Zealots are decimated. Hero's going to need to warp in a new backbone to his army. Does he have the minerals to do it? Hero is totally all in on this push now. aLive knows it. He's brought in his SCVs to help. Hero pulling back, trying to buy time for another warp in. The Stalkers are slicing up the SCVs. aLive is going to need to reinforce if he's going to hold his third. And the Liberators arrive. New liberation zones. And Hero taps out. GG. aLive wins. Oh, a great game by both players. I really enjoyed that. There is just a ton to unpack there. So let me do a little bit of analysis and recap a few high points. This game found its character when aLive invested in the proxy starport. He was able to confirm Hero actually was going Stargate slightly beforehand. So aLive didn't actually force a tech switch here, but he may have pressured Hero into over-investing into it. Hard to know because Phoenix is a pretty legit strat on its own. The problem for Hero was aLive got a premium Widow Mine hit. Let's look at that in slow motion. It comes out and it's just going to nail all of his Phoenixes. And suddenly Hero's attack isn't going to be nearly as effective as it could have been. Now let me show you something completely crazy that happened during aLive's attack on Hero. It happened so fast, I gotta be honest, I kind of missed it during the cast. Just to orient you, Hero is cleaning up the attack at his natural, while aLive is hitting the third at the bottom and his main at the top. The pulled probes are fighting back against the Marines, which is causing a choke blocking Hero's reinforcements. The death count for the probes is rising, so Hero's just going to storm those Marines. It's a direct hit, and as I put this in super slow-mo, you can see the Marines' health bars dropping deep into the red. They're all dying. Or so it looks, except that aLive's medevac is actually scooping them up. It's a hot pickup. But you can't really tell because it's being perfectly masked by the storm. You can't really know for sure, but it looks like Hero is confused by this because he sends his probes back to the mineral line. A few seconds later, aLive drops those Hero Marines again, and then the probe death count just goes crazy. All because those Marines that were supposed to be dead were miraculously alive. I can't tell you if this vanishing immortal Marine trick was skill or luck, but I'm declaring it a certified micro moment. Patent pending. Just one last game-changing Widow Mine hit that bears mention. In the final battle, when the two armies hit, they're on even upgrades, and they're reasonably close in army size. With his replacement warp prism finally in place, Hero's got a shot until this happens. Hero puts his Zealots in front like he's supposed to, but instead of taking Marine fire, the tanking Zealots run right on top of a Widow Mine and they are annihilated. His army count drops from 62 to 50 in a second. Hero's army is now largely composed of Stalkers, and they are not going to fare well against the Marauders, who are doing that extra damage versus armor. And so when Hero sees that Liberator reinforcement, he knows there's something more productive he could be doing with his time. Something more productive than just acting as aLive's personal laser muppet. But we did get a very nice game out of it, which is what we all came for. So, from my base to yours, Zugzwang out.